The two greatest words in the human dictionary are I am. You are what you think you are. If you are great, you're going to say I am great. If you're sick, you're going to say I am sick. When I see impossible, I see I am possible. I'm taking the negative energy and turning to something positive. So you always want to find something positive within the negative. Always reach in within yourself and know that you could conquer anything that you put your mind, body, and spirit to. You can do it. And if someone else could do it, you could do it too. Just always believe you are possible.
Hi everyone, this is Rod Kate. Welcome to this episode of Rocket Motivation. Today's guest is the embodiment of perseverance, resilience, and never quit attitude. In high school, he was a 4-star recruit and rated 12th best safety in the United States by Rivals. He received a scholarship to play football at Florida State University, but transferred to Middle Tennessee State University after his sophomore year, where he started at safety and had 74 tackles and 3 interceptions. He declared for the NFL draft after his junior year, but did not get drafted or picked up by any NFL teams. While working at Walmart, his phone rang. It was the Buffalo Bills. He signed with the Bills, but was cut before training camp ended. He's played in the arena leagues, he started his own business, and he's still working to sign with an NFL team. Jajuan Harley, welcome to Rocket Motivation.
Hey, thank you for bringing me here and being a guest. It's an honor. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, look, Jajuan, why don't we do this? Tell us kind of where you are now in your life, where you live, your family, where you work, what you do. Just kind of bring us up to speed.
Yes, I'm born and raised in Tallahassee, Florida. Currently, I'm living in Tampa, Florida with my wife. She's working on her doctorate right now. We both run the business together, make adjustments, delete excuses. In between Tallahassee and Tampa, I'm just helping others achieve their goals, and also spending time with my mom. She's a breast cancer survivor, so I make sure I spend a lot of time with her. So that's pretty much my life at this moment.
Okay, you talked about your company, MADE, M-A-D-E, and what does MADE stand for?
MADE stand for a philosophy that I live by myself, which is helping me persevere through life. When I go through obstacles, I never run away from a challenge. And it's basically stands for MADE, is make adjustments, delete excuses. And I feel like that's what you have to do throughout life in order to overcome anything that's trying to set you back.
MADE, how'd you come up with that?
Well, ironically, I was moping at the time. I was feeling depressed and down from my situation of not being in NFL and getting cut and just not getting a breakthrough. And I remember driving by the hospital back home in Tallahassee. I said, 2 things happening at this hospital right now. Someone is dying and someone is coming into this world. And I figure, someone's suffering, but they still have a smile on their face. Why should I point fingers and say, this is happening because X, Y, Z? And I figure driving through that hospital, I realized if I make adjustments, delete excuses, I could overcome any mental battle that I face throughout life. And that's how it happened, driving by the hospital.
Well, that's a great story. All right, hey, so let's go back to the Middle Tennessee State. So after your junior year, which I think is 2012, you declare for the NFL draft. So you have some workouts with some teams. So, tell us about this time period.
It was a mental battle because leading up towards the draft, we was getting told, I'm representing myself. So I was getting phone calls from different teams like the Jaguars, the Dolphins, Tennessee Titans, to be prepared to get a phone call on draft day. I remember pro day, I had an excellent pro day, and the Cowboys was very interested, and they were asking me questions after my pro day. So it was a surprise that I didn't get a phone call because we really thought we could sneak in maybe the 4th, 5th round and definitely get in the 7th round. But it was just a mental battle that I had to find a way to overcome. I wanted to give up so many times, but I have to give props to my parents who kept me motivated. My dad, he's the type of guy who suffered lung disease from being an HVAC and held asbestos. So for him to constantly tell me to keep grinding, stay focused, and just keep that foot on the gas, that's what helped me just stay motivated.
All right, so you don't get drafted. All right, so what's going through your head at this point?
At that point, I was just wondering what's going on. Did I do something wrong, or was this the right step to declare? I was told not to by my coaches, but I just knew if I stayed there at Middle Tennessee, nothing great would have happened. So I just wanted to help my family out, see can I help provide, bring some money in. And, at that moment, I'm just asking myself, did you do the right thing? That's the battle I was going through.
And so, all right, but you don't get drafted. You gotta make some money. So I know you get a job at Walmart. Tell me about how that happened.
Oh man, that's an experience, man. I just knew I had to do something. And prior to that, 49ers had called, told me I'm on a short list. And between that time right there, I was in a funk. I didn't want to get up to work out. I just slept in my room till my dad busted in the door and said, get your butt up, we're going to work. And that's when we started working out again and everything. And then once I got to Walmart, I just said, you know what? I'm going to work here. But it's a guy named Kurt Warner who did the same thing, bagging groceries. If he could do it, I could do it too. So that kept me motivated. And it was just an experience. I'm working out on the clock, lifting weights in the back, doing sprints on my lunch break, sleeping in my car for extra hours, whatever it took to stay focused and make ends meet. That's what I was doing at Walmart.
Well, did whoever hired you at Walmart, did they know who you were?
No, they actually didn't. They were so curious about why is this guy in the weight area where we sold weights and stuff, lifting the weights? Why is this guy in the back squatting with boxes and sprinting in the back? Why is this guy in the parking lot running and everything with changing clothes? So they didn't know at the time, but someone asked me, say, what are you doing this for? I believe his name was Derek, my manager. And he said, really? You really doing this? I said, yes. He said, well, I'm going to tell you this right here. And this is what kept me motivated. He said, why would you want to leave Walmart? Isn't Walmart a great place? So that just gave me more motivation to say, you know what? Being in this area, no disrespect to Walmart, nobody wants to move up in life. And I said, I can't stay here long. My dream has to come.
Well, and it's not like there's anything wrong with Walmart, but I know that wasn't your dream.
Right. Right.
And let me ask you, so, and what department were you working in Walmart?
Well, I was in the toy department, and I take pride in that. Still to this day, I walk through the toy department. If I see a toy out of place, I'm going there and I'm going to put it right back in place to this day. I challenge myself. I say I'm the type of guy, I love challenges. I never want to settle and just be one thing. I always want to master what I do. But however, when I was at Walmart, I mastered the toy department. I said, what else can I learn? And I taught myself how to work the cashier. So I started working the registers. Then I said, what else can I learn? I learned about electronics. So I learned what's great for computers, what's great TV. I mean, you name it. And I said, what else can I learn? And I went to the garden department. I started working at the garden department. So at Walmart, I used that time to figure out how many things I could challenge myself and accomplish new challenges. And that's what I took in. But
at the same time, you've not given up on your dream to go to the NFL.
Oh, no, sir. No, sir. Either I'm working out before work, lunch break, after work, I'm doing work. No matter what, I was so focused and determined to get to where I want to be.
Okay. And so you get a call one day. Were you actually at work when you get this call, or were you at home?
I was actually working out at my high school with a couple of my high school teammates. But what's so ironic is that I quit Walmart about 2 or 3 weeks before. And when I went in to quit to put my 2 weeks notice in, I just got an $8 raise. That was giving me a raise.
You mean a raise up? A raise up to $8.
Yeah, raise up.
Okay.
Right.
So did they just say?
And, I was like,
well, did they ask you, man, are you crazy? You just got a raise up to $8 and you're leaving?
That's exactly what they said. And I said the same thing. I'm like, whoa, I just got me a raise. Do I really want to do this? But I told myself, I said, you know what? You have to put it all. You have to put your all into this dream. And you just got to sacrifice. And that's what I did. And when I put my 2 weeks notice in, I really pushed my limits to working out. Before Buffalo called the T-Cats for Hamilton and CFL called me, and I posted had a workout then. But it was a big snowstorm during that time, so it was a delay. And the week after, that's when Buffalo called me. And I hung up on them twice because I thought it was fake. But that's when they called me up and things went from there.
So, all right, so wait a minute. So the Buffalo Bills call you and to offer you, and you hang up because you think it's not really them?
Exactly. It's funny because, like, the first time they call, I'm doing a drill. I remember, like it's just a, I see a call, and they say Orchard Park. I answer. They say, hello, this is it was Jim Manos, that's his name, who's brought me in. And he said, is this Jajuan Harley? I said, yes. He said, this is Jim Manos of the Buffalo Bills. I said, okay. And I hung up right then. So a couple of seconds later, the same number comes. I'm, who is this? So I answer again. I say, hello, this is, and I just hung up before he said anything. The third time he said, don't hang up. And that's when I listened and I was like, whoa, this is for real. And I was like, okay, let's do it.
Well, all right. So it dawns on you at some point after this third call that this is for real. And so Tell me the emotion, because, I mean, at first you think someone's messing with you. So you're hanging the phone up, and so at some point it clicks in your head, holy crap, this is actually Buffalo, and they're offering me. Tell me where you go emotionally on that roller coaster.
At that point, I did it. I just was in the moment at that time. I was just living in the moment. So it didn't really hit me until after the workout, and I gave it my all outstanding, and they tapped me on the shoulder and say, hey, we're going to bring you upstairs to sign you. And once that happened, I felt it. I was like, whoa, this is actually happening. I have the pictures of my contract still in my phone to this day, but I took pictures of the contract and everything. I'm just like, wow, it's really happening.
All right, so Buffalo, they bring you up and to work you out. And so you do the workout, and then you say that they call you upstairs and they say, we're going to assign you. Man, what's that feeling like?
Oh, man, it was amazing because it happened the day before my birthday. So that was an amazing feeling. I mean, I cannot explain it because I gave it all I had during that workout. I asked them, what else do you want me to do? I could do it. I could go jump, run, whatever else drills you want, I'll do it. And the workout went so fast. And they said, that's all we need to see, Mr. Harley. And that right there, I was like, wow, the hard work has paid off, So it was just awesome. It was just awesome.
Okay. And so you sign with Buffalo, and so you're there or you're with Buffalo from January 2014 through August 2014. Take us through that experience.
It was great because when I came in, I wasn't expected to make any noise at all. It was basically a guy off the street that they give an opportunity that they see potential in, but not sure. So when I signed, I got the smallest contract you could get. I mean, making the minimal, no signing bonus or whatnot. But it just motivated me because all my life, the odds always been against me. And I always say I'm going to prove people wrong. That's always been my mentality, having to prove people wrong. And being there, it just showed that I belong. You had coaches saying I belong. I'm hosting classes to help veterans that been in the NFL at that time, at least 3 or 4 years. I'm teaching them how to study the playbook. I'm tutoring them. I'm making plays. I'm going from 7th on the depth chart in training camp to second string, fighting for first, So it was just amazing thing going on because I felt like I belong. I was told I belong, but the timing just wasn't right. It wasn't my time at that moment.
And what do you mean? What happened?
I was released. I didn't make the team. They had 2 safeties already. One they signed in offseason for $16 million and the other was like $20 million. So they already invested into their product. And one thing about sports, anything you do in life, you are going to put your money, your interest where your money is. And I respect that because at the end of the day, it is a business. But however, I knew that what I did there is how prepared me for what I could do now. So all of it just wasn't my time, but it just wasn't exposed that I belong.
So on the day where you get released, how did that happen? Who came and talked to you? And what'd they say?
I can't remember exactly who it was that came to me. I remember I was in the weight room lifting with Mario, the great DN from North Carolina State, who was like #1 pick overall. And we working out together, and I'm getting my reps in, and a guy comes over. And I saw a guy walking my way. I said, please go somewhere else. Please do not come my way. And I just kept lifting. He tapped me on the shoulder. I said, you don't have to tell me. I already know. I said, let me just finish my set. So I finished my set. I got my playbook, and I went upstairs. And they said, Jajuan, it's not your play. They said, right now, just a numbers game. We have to bring some extra linemen in, whatnot. And that's what they told me. And before I left, I went to my defensive back coach, Coach Don Henderson, who I could call up right now at this moment. And we shared tears together. And I remember him, he said, don't you give up. He said, you keep hustling. You belong in this league. Don't you stop. And I still hold on to that to this day.
And I know, so after that, you played from 2014 through 2017, multiple teams in the Arena League.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
How was that experience?
That was an experience.
We'll shed a little light on it.
Yeah, because the thing is, being your own representative, even though it's arena, you still need representation. So at the end of the day, it's still a hustle. You still have to market yourself. You still have to get in touch with these teams. You'll get there late. You'll get there early. It's just different things that has protocols. But however, I ran into teams that, wasn't the best teams to be on organization-wise. Like, for instance, one team I had to travel 180 miles a day just to go to practice and back home. I couldn't sleep there because they didn't have any place for me to sleep. It was teams where I played for free. They didn't have the funds to pay me, but I love the game. So I just did it for free to get film, whatnot. My experience in the arena was rocky, but at the end of the day, I love it because it exposed that I'm not doing it for the money. It's all passion. And it's just exactly for the love of the game.
Well, and during this time, you go back to and you get your degree from Middle Tennessee State, right?
Yes, I did that. When I got released from Buffalo, I, waiting the whole rest of the season, see if I'm get picked up. And then I'm start going the process of how do I get back in school. And I ended up taking summer school, summer 2015. And I made sure I got my degree. I made a promise to my mom that no matter what, I am going to complete my degree. And that's what I did. I paid out of pocket. I did online courses and I got it done.
Why was it so important for you to get your degree?
Well, the thing is, education is very important. It doesn't matter if it's in school or you just your day-to-day learning. But I know I had an opportunity to do something that no one in my household was able to do. My mom, she took, college courses, but never could finish. My dad, he got a trade, different multiple trades. But to get a degree, especially in African-American community, is very powerful. I figured that I'd be letting down my granddad, my grandmothers by not taking advantage of a free education. That, for instance, my grandmother, she got an 8th grade education. My granddad got a 6th grade education, and so on. So for me to be able to go to college and get a degree, that meant a lot to my family.
All right. And so at some point, you decide to quit playing football and start your own business. Why did you make that decision?
Well, I never quit playing football. It's always been there. I just figured that I could use my journey of never giving up to start a business. And the business, like I said, is make adjustments, delete excuses. And that's what it's about. You could have a business and still pursue your dreams, and I look at it like this. A lot of guys that are professional athletes, they start businesses after they are done with their football things. But I just did mine in the middle of, I basically could say middle or searching towards getting to my professional football career. But it's never a day that I stopped performing or pursuing football. It's just a business of something that I feel like was needed. I love helping others, and this is the best way to do it in a health, wellness, and fitness program.
Well, and tell us, what do you do with MADE? What does the business do?
Well, the business does many things. We train online. So if you go to the gym, we have an online program for you to click on, and it has the daily workouts, video tutorials. We have virtual fitness, which is you can set your camera up anywhere. You give us a call, set an appointment, and we train you like that. We do personal training. So we have it all. We do the meal guides. We train bodybuilders, train all athletes. If you just fitness. Right now, we have 4 coaches on staff. My wife is the vice president, and we hired 2 coaches recently. So right now, we're expanding from Tallahassee, Tampa, and Atlanta, Georgia right now.
Right. That sounds awesome. But now let me ask you this. Have you given up on your dreams to play in the NFL?
No, I haven't. Still pursuing it. I feel like now I'm closer than ever. Everything has its timing. The things I was doing at age 23 at Buffalo, it's like compared to now, is no comparison. Like I have the ability to do things that I couldn't do when I was younger. I'm more flexible. I'm more faster. I'm smarter on the field. I'm versatile, play multiple positions. The game is easier now. It's slower, So I've been through it all. So I feel like it's just the perfect time. Like right now, ESPN, they want me on to their radio show. To do a radio show. I just got invited to this national combine because right now pro days are out unless you're a senior. So a lot of guys trying to figure out how can they get some type of numbers for draft. And I just got invited to a national scouting combine in Indiana. It's going to be at the Colts facilities, and I have opportunity to be in front of scouts again. And for me, possibly be the oldest guy there, everybody else is getting ready for the draft. That says a lot that scouts are still paying attention to what I have to offer.
Yeah, because you're probably you're 7 years old, 7, 8 years older than the average kid that's going to the combine coming out of school. And the fact that you're the age you are and still getting invited to that, it speaks volumes on the type of person you are.
Yeah, I'm just grateful. Everybody has it. And I'm not going to say just on a few select or I have it only. No, I just decided to focus on how can I tap into my inner greatness. Everybody has inner greatness within them, but they have to tap in. You have to figure out how can you get well in tune with yourself? How can you just diagnose yourself with greatness? And I just kept speaking it to existence. I kept tapping in, getting in tune with my star player. And when I say get in tune with the star player, I'm talking about myself. I understand where my energy is going, where my energy is flowing, what I'm focusing on, what I'm putting in my body, what I'm producing out of my body. Just things like that I really focus on throughout the years. And that helped me keep my youth and just helped me continue to just know that I can do anything I put my mind to, as long as I believe it.
Well, Jajuan, what advice would you give to the listeners about not giving up on their dreams?
I would definitely tell them, look at the word impossible. Study the word impossible. Because when I look at impossible, I see I'm possible. Because the two greatest words in the human dictionary are I am. You are what you think you are. If you are great, you're going to say I am great. If you're sick, you're going to say I am sick. When I see impossible, I see I'm possible. I am possible. I'm taking the negative energy and turning to something positive. So you always want to find something positive within the negative. Always reach in within yourself and know that you could conquer anything and put your mind, body, and spirit to. You can do it. And if someone else could do it, you could do it too. Just always believe you are possible.
I read on your website that this is your goal, and I love this. Your goal is to motivate others through my journey to never give up on their dream and to show appreciation for every opportunity life presents. Man, where'd you come up with that?
That's just me. That's just me since a kid. I always want to help people, always. That's anytime I have an opportunity to help someone, I am. And I realized throughout my journey, at one point, I didn't understand it. I was saying, why me? Why me? But I realized the purpose is greater than me. It's greater than me. It's not about me. It's about me going through what I'm going through to help someone else through their journey, give them a jewel, give them a guideline how to get through this or how to remove themselves around situations. Everyone's always looking for some type of guidance. And I just see that my journey can help others get through. It don't matter if it's sports, if it's technology, whatever you decide to do in life, it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, I just want to be able to give people hope. And they see someone just pushing through, constantly wants to get better in life, constantly doing it with a smile, constantly just believing, then they can understand that he's human just like I am. I could do it too. It's all about helping others. And that's what I truly believe.
Yeah, and let me focus on this part of the goal too, because I think the last part is really interesting. It's to show appreciation for every opportunity life presents. Well, kind of expound upon that.
Yes, nothing's guaranteed. You're not promised anything. You're not obligated to receive anything. It just doesn't work that way. I'm appreciative for even be able to wake up, open my eyes. I'm appreciative to even speak, take another breath. We don't appreciate the little things in life. And I feel like if you don't appreciate the little things in life, how can you appreciate the greater things in life? And that's the things that we have to understand as humans. We just have to be more appreciative for the things that we get. Because, for instance, I am appreciative for every contract that I receive, every contract. I don't care how big or how small, because someone out there have never received a contract, never. And they probably won't, but they're going to constantly keep pushing towards it. And I'm fortunate enough to receive 12 in all different levels, NFL, CFL, all arenas, being an SFL supplemental draft, I'm appreciative of everything. And that's just the type of person I am, because I know it's not about me. It's about helping others. And if I could show appreciation for the small things, other people would do as well. And we could just make this world a better place.
That's such a big point in my book that I wrote. And I know you haven't read it yet, but I know you are, because I'm going to send you a copy. But the thing is, to me, it's all about the small things. It's being passionate about the small things, because those are the things that you can control in your life. The small things. It's the large things that happen in your life that you don't have any control over. And if that's what drives your true passion, well, then you don't have control over that. And so, things that come and hit you in your life that you don't have control over. And so, if it doesn't work out, you're going to get down. But man, if it's all the small things, if it's the appreciation for what life gives you, mainly the small things, man, you're going to have a great life.
I totally agree. Yes, sir.
All right. And let me ask you this also. I have no doubt that you're going to make it. I know just from the short time we've known each other. And I can tell you, and I'll finish later with this, but we're friends on Facebook, and I see you post your workouts and what you're doing, and it's just incredibly inspirational to watch what you're doing. But what happens if it doesn't work out, if you don't make it to the NFL? How are you going to handle it?
Oh, I'm going to handle it just fine. I'm just going to be like, okay, I accept that. And then what I'm going to do is use my journey of what I have done and accomplished. And now I could teach others how to do it. I could help others at the beginning, like, don't take this route here. I could help you with this. Helping other athletes making the right decisions, if it's selecting an agent, what contracts to read, just everything, the ins and outs of the business, because at the end of the day, this sports world is a business. And I could teach that, and I'm constantly going to continue to push the business that I have and just be out in the community helping out. At the end of the day, football is not my life. It's a part of my life. So if that door closes, it's okay, because I know it's other doors out there that's meant for me to walk through and continue to open for others. So at the end of the day, it won't make me or break me. It just be a notch on the belt. That's all football is.
I got you. Well, and Jajuan, what I want to do now is, although we've gotten plenty of great comments from you and great commentary, but I always like to give you the parting shot in case there's something I didn't ask you, in case there's just something on your mind, something that you think the listeners that would help them. Basically, it's now's the time to say it, or forever hold your peace. So, I mean, you got any parting shots or advice for the listeners?
Well, yes, I definitely do. And like I say, I'm definitely going to use my business, the philosophy I live by, make adjustments, delete excuses. I would tell people this. In life, you have two options. When you are going through any adversity or whatnot, you have two options. You can either have a pity party or use that as a stepping stone. At the end of the day, you want to make adjustments, delete excuses, and use that as a stepping stone. Because if you have a pity party, you're making excuses. But if you use that stepping stone, you done made an adjustment.
All right. That's great stuff to end on. Now, Jajuan, if somebody wants to get in touch with you or wants to join up and get trained by you and your staff at MADE, how do they do it?
Yes, we have a website at MADE. is MADE 2 enhance.com, or you can just type in Make Adjustments, Delete Excuses Incorporated. We're the only business out there named that. And if you want to just go to my personal website, it's jajuanharley.com. And those two websites right there, you get in touch with me or more information about me as a person and also as the business as well.
Sounds great. Jajuan, I can't tell you how much of a privilege and an honor it's been to have you on Rocket Motivation today. We wish you all the best luck, and I know it's going to work out.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys having me here, Rod. And I just know that it's always great to be around great energy, because at the end of the day, you giving great energy, and I'm just bouncing back to you. So I'm just grateful to be surrounded by great individuals.
All right, man. Well, thanks so much, Jajuan, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Have a good one.
Jajuan Harley's story was amazing. He's all about perseverance and never giving up on his dreams. Next week's guest is Ken Denard. He's also an athlete. He played college basketball at Duke University and 3 years in the NBA. He'll talk about the adversities he's been through in his life and give us his formula on living a great life. See you next week. Thanks for listening to the show. If you're interested in getting my book, Get Back Up, just go to Amazon and put in Get Back Up and my name, Rod Caden. It'll pop right up. I would love it if you would subscribe to the podcast and rate and review the show wherever you listen to your podcasts. I would really appreciate it if you'd share it with a friend. I would like as many people to hear my message as possible. And we'll see you next week. Never give up and always get back up.